welcome to the Late Night Snacking Podcast.
We're your hosts, Devin and Anita, and this is our weekly podcast where we grab a blanket and some snacks and talk about all things relationships, growing pains, and navigating through, honestly, life itself.
We hope our experiences encourage others to grow to become the best versions of themselves, and for their relationships. Grab a snack and let's go! What is up, snackers?
What's going on, man?
Woo!
How y'all feeling?
Welcome back to the pod.
You know what I'm saying? Real cozy vibes right now.
Oh yeah, actually.
Got the Sherpa blanket on deck, so
I'm about to get a little blanket too. Get real cozy up in here.
We finna get real cozy tonight. It's finna get real cozy.
Get real cozy and personal, you know what I'm saying? Welcome back to another week on the pod. Another beautiful Wednesday this time, because last week it was definitely a Thursday.
We're here on a Wednesday, 8 o'clock.
Sorry about that.
The Late Night Snacking Podcast.
Uh-huh.
The most honest podcast. The most open podcast. And the most wholesome podcast in the world.
And that's the truth. Period.
No cap. No cap.
Well, per usual, we are glad y'all are joining us for another week. I hope y'all enjoyed last episode. We like doing things like that where we get to like sit down and like flip through cards and talk and learn more about each other, stuff like that. So we hope y'all enjoyed that. We got good feedback about it. So maybe we will bring those back sometime.
Hey, shout out to Black Love Conversation Starters.
Unfortunately, between last episode and this episode, we did not receive a sponsorship, but
That's
we will
crazy.
not stop trying.
I ain't even finna shout them boys out no more. Like, matter of fact, with them cards, I'm not throwing more in because they can be replaced. I just said
we not finna stop trying. Here you are about to throw them away.
Hey man, one and done.
Get it together, please. Oh my goodness. Well, wow, we had such a fun weekend. Oh my goodness. Let's get into it.
Full.
My cup is very full right now. Let's get into it. Like, what we got going on? What vibes be like lately?
So we went to Asheville this weekend to celebrate some birthdays. Mine, my boy Nate. If you really tapped in to the Late Night Snacking Podcast, then you know who Nate is, my best friend.
This is factual.
And my other best friend, Greg. So his birthday is January 18th. Mine is January 22nd. And Nate's is February 2nd. So his birthday is tomorrow.
Yeah. Damn.
So his birthday is tomorrow.
Early birthday, Nathaniel.
Yeah. So we went to Asheville, man. We went up. Had lots of fun because we're mountain people. Like
100%.
The beach is cool, but I'd much rather be in the mountains.
You gonna catch us on top of a mountain for sure.
Yeah.
The Airbnb was
phenomenal.
Insane.
It was called Almost Heaven. And it felt that way.
No, it did.
Like we're like 3,000 feet in the air.
Yeah.
You know, on the mountain. And then like just the view. Like the landscape was just, it's crazy.
It was unbeatable. Like I don't know if y'all have been to like very high up cabins, but like getting your car up these damn mountains is no joke, for real.
Make sure you got your traction thing. Make sure it's turned on. You don't want to have that off.
Y'all, like, and then I don't know if they just like expect people to be like pros with that shit, but like turning corners and like having no rails, like you make one wrong move and you are Humpty Dumpty down the mountain. Like, that is no joke.
Very quickly.
Yeah, so be careful if you'll go to the mountains getting up there. Real.
But man, something amazing happened. This one here, we're engaged.
Ting! Surprise! They're probably like, yeah, motherfuckers, we saw the damn rings hanging out there. Like, surprise, but we're gonna
that deserves a toast.
We're gonna clink clink
to us.
Ting! Yay! If you're not on the YouTube, come on. Yeah, I don't know how many times I have to summon y'all to the tube, but
a lot went into this proposal. Like,
yeah. Okay. So before we
show them the ring before we even. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and flex up real quick.
Like.
Appreciate you.
This shit a rock, y'all. I ain't even gonna cap to you. This is a whole rock.
Hold your applause.
Thank you. Y'all, okay, so just to let y'all know, there's no topic tonight. We are raw, uncut.
Yes.
Talking about being newly engaged people, what we feel like, what went into it, what happened. Y'all were asking questions like, oh, were you surprised? What happened? Where were y'all? Like, we were giving y'all the deets. So come in, grab a snack.
I'm about to become a husband. Send help.
Don't be SOSing to these people right now.
Jokes. Just kidding, guys.
No, he's not. But anyways. But yes, should we just walk through the weekend? Like,
like play by play?
I mean, we don't have to go play by play, but like, what was some of the behind the scenes work that went into this? So maybe like day of, like what was day of looking like?
So we showed up, we just kind of like hung out, waited for the rest of the gang to get there. Shout out to the best photographer, cameraman that I know, Thomas Izagari.
Facts.
So shout out to my boy Thomas, man.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Fernanda.
Hey, Buff Nanda.
Yeah, Swole Nanda. Him, Swole Nanda, Greg, his wife, Nate and his wife, and my boy Ramons and his fiance, who also got engaged this month.
Like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. So
twinsies.
Shout out to them.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just kind of like hanging out at the house, waiting for them to get there. They get there and we play games.
Yeah, it was a cool.
Just kind of vibe out.
Yeah, it was a cool, steady first night. Like everybody just kind of hung out, chill, play games.
Everybody didn't get there till like close to 8. We were the only ones there by check-in, which was like closer to 3.
Yeah. So
everyone else came like 7:30, 8ish. So everybody's just kind of like wanting to kick their feet up and, pull out the libations. And
everybody trying to recover from driving up the mountain. That's really what was going on, because that was very treacherous. But yeah, that was really the first day. Nothing crazy was going on. The second day was really the meat and the potatoes of the whole thing.
We tried to get up to go hiking.
Oh, brother.
The trail was closed. Like,
y'all,
who does that? Let nature be nature for once.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what really got me, because they talking about it's close for renovations. Renovations on what?
Why do you renovate nature?
It's trees.
Let them. Like, they're not bothering anybody. It's just kind of like maybe they don't want to be renovated.
So if anybody knows anybody that works at Catawba Falls in Asheville or Old Fort, North Carolina, please tell them a little thing or two, because
stop doing that.
Yeah, what are you renovating? Stop it. But yeah, so that was dead. First plan of the day was shot.
That was 30 minutes down the mountain.
30 minutes back up.
30 minutes right back up.
Yeah, it was. We didn't get to hike, but that's okay. We didn't let it kill the plans or anything. We just kind of hopped back into the day and stuff. The girls made breakfast. That was really fun.
Yeah, shout out to y'all, because the breakfast was lit.
Thank
you.
Her
French toast, world class. So thankful that I get to have them all the time now.
I do make a mean French toast.
Yeah, the French toast is crazy.
I learned from the best.
We can't even put y'all on the secret. Like,
that's
a secret recipe.
Hell no. Maybe if we do the Patreon, we can slip a little recipe.
Yeah, might slip out something.
But yeah, so we made breakfast. That was dope. And then really where like stuff had to start getting planned out and worked through was after breakfast, because so here's what I was told, right? The plan was always that we were supposed to like go to downtown Asheville, but like we didn't really have a plan. Like we didn't have a specific place we were going to. We just knew that like we weren't going to stay in the cabin all day. So like the plan was always to like leave the cabin and go downtown and like go do something. Yeah, hit the town, strut the streets, do what you do. So that was always the plan. So I was just told that everybody just needed to like go get ready, And that was it. Now, luckily for them, like, I'd be taking extra long, right? I didn't know that everybody else was moving very quickly around me. I just, like, if you know me, y'all know I'm slow. Like I take
slow.
Yeah.
And her favorite animal is a sloth.
We're one and the same, but like
sickening.
I just like to take my time. I eat slow, I walk slow, I get ready slow, I do everything slow. I just want to, live.
God forbid we're in a house fire or something one day.
I am making it out. Or if that,
say that.
Oh,
kind of morbid.
Sorry.
Jesus.
Sorry. But yeah, so luckily for them, I moved very slow, so they were able to like do things behind the scenes and like talk to each other and stuff like that. And I'm literally in my own little world. I got the SZA playlist going. I'm mascaring it up. Like I'm doing my thing. So I had no clue. But what was going on like actually behind the scenes while I was taking my sweet ass time getting ready?
So me and the others were outside on the balcony, like setting up, trying to put GoPros and cameras in place so we can catch the reaction on multiple angles. We had a drone.
Oh yeah.
Shouts out to Thomas Isagan.
No, he really came through
Thomas
with the visuals.
is really like anything that I have done for like the Organic Dev brand and everything, like he does.
Our
promo videos, pictures, photo shoots, all that.
Yeah. Our pictures from like the podcast drop and stuff like that, like the ones we usually post where he's wearing like the little striped shirt and I'm wearing the little green.
Oh yeah, Thomas took
romper
those as
thing.
well.
Yeah, like that's all Thomas. Like is
so shout out to him.
Yeah,
my man, $100,000.
Yeah, he's dope. But go
so
ahead. Sorry.
We were setting up. Me, Nate, Alicia, his wife, just trying to help me out, set some things up so everything is in place. She bought like rose petals.
Yeah, y'all.
Had the rose petals like leading to like where we were on the balcony.
Yeah. It was really sweet. The setup was really nice and like it just made it 100 times better because like this view, y'all, like I don't know if y'all follow us on Instagram like separately because we didn't post anything on the podcast page, but
yeah.
If
follow
you
the gram, bro.
Follow the gram. First of all, plug real quick. If you don't follow us on the gram as far as like podcast, that's lnsthepodcast on Instagram. My personal one, I'll link them in the description, but or in the show notes for those who listen via podcast. But underscore Neaters and then yours underscore
Organic Dev.
Yeah. So I'll have those linked for y'all so y'all can actually like go and like see the pictures and stuff like that from like just us posting about the engagement and stuff like that. But like back to my point.
I really outdid myself.
The view,
I shocked myself. I won't lie. Like,
the view was like really crazy. Like
yeah, the
you
Airbnb
can't beat
we had
that.
was
Like
crazy.
the whole setup was just so pretty. But
each room had its own balcony, like with its own mountain view. Like who owned that Airbnb? Who was that? Was it Annette?
Her name is Annette.
Annette and Jim. Annette and Jim. Shout out to y'all. Yeah. Probably not watching the pod, but shout out to y'all.
I did plug the podcast though.
We lit then.
Yeah, I put it in the guest book. You know, y'all know how Airbnbs, they have the little guest book and you can write about your time there and stuff like that. I did plug our stuff, so maybe I don't know, maybe by chance.
Yeah,
they
shout
are.
out to y'all.
But
the house is beautiful.
Yeah, no, it was. Oh my god, the whole thing was just like perfect. But the way they got me, Jessica, if you're watching, which she probably is because she's avid listener, but
shout out to Bud, man.
Shout out to Bud. She really came through. I'm like I don't know how I do this. Like I'm very oblivious but also like almost hyper aware at the same time. Like I'd be worrying about the wrong things and the things that I probably should be like aware of, I'm not. Like just my general surroundings, things like that, no. But sometimes if something's like fishy, I could really like my little antennas go up, right? So you would think that like I would kind of be on 10, but I really wasn't. Like I was not expecting this at all. This was like, to me, it was just like a birthday trip for everybody, which it was. I just didn't know that the little added in piece was like, surprise, we're engaged.
I had started sending out like text messages like to people like, hey, this weekend it's going down. Be prepared.
Not it's going down.
Yeah. So they made sure that everything went perfect.
Yeah.
So shout out to my tribe, man. Like,
no, they really came through.
The whole gang. Shout out to y'all, man, because y'all made it perfect.
For real. But,
yeah, big time.
Jessica, oh my gosh, so she like came in talking about some like wanting to do a TikTok and like wanting to do my hair. We were doing our makeup together and stuff like that.
The first distraction.
Yeah, and it really worked because I was like, oh, girl time, like we're friends. So I was like really enjoying like my get ready time with her. Like we were doing our makeup together. We were about to like do our hair. She's talking about wanting to do a TikTok, and so it's funny because like afterwards things start adding up, right? Like none of this was fishy to me at the time, but like thinking back, I'm like, damn, why was that not obvious? But she was talking about how she wanted to do a TikTok in the front of the house. And so they were, like he said, they were setting up like in the back of the house, like in the balcony. So her job was to take me like to the front of the house just to like get me away from all that. I had no clue. She took me to the front of the house. And she was like, oh, I like the view better out here. Like, let's do the TikTok. And I'm like, okay. Like, I kind of wanted to do it in the balcony, but like, okay, I'm going to just roll with what you're doing.
Meanwhile, we're, once again, setting up GoPros.
Yeah, they're like doing a whole
putting the roses out. Back there. We got 2 people on lookout to make sure she don't come around the other side of the house.
Yeah. Everybody was just very like on it. Meanwhile, me, I'm like doing the some cut challenge. I'm like, oh, wait, like dance on TikTok. No clue. Oblivious as to like what is going on. So that was really it. After we did the TikTok, she was like, oh, let's go inside and like show like Devin and remote and stuff like that. And I was just like, okay. I mean, I don't think they care, but like go off.
I'm sorry.
I don't think they care, but let's go off, sis. So we go in and like nobody's there. It's just remotes in the house. And so I'm like, oh, Ramon's like, we made a TikTok. Let's look or whatever. Meanwhile, everybody's like, dude, get her outside because like.
We're just out there posted.
Everybody was posted.
Even myself, I wasn't on one knee yet. Like I was just kind of like posted.
I wish. Well, we'll put it in the vlog. This is also why like us talking about it doesn't do it justice because like we are gonna drop a vlog of like the whole weekend, but like. When I walked outside, everybody was like,
you had some people talking about some.
Yes.
Oh, that's not weird. You spent the whole day with her. Right?
Heart racing fast as fuck, trying to get the angle, but also trying to like make eye contact with me.
So she literally walked out, stood on the balcony, just kind of like looked at everybody and was like, are y'all all right?
If y'all follow Devin, he put up the video. Like my initial reaction when I walked outside was like, oh, like what's going on?
Is everyone all right?
Yes. But the way they got me outside was Alicia had said like, oh, hey, come here. But she had like a really serious look on her face, which I don't know if she did that intentionally, but it worked because like
100% intentional.
I'm very much an empath, so like if somebody has a look of like seriousness or like worry or something on their face, I'm straight to you, like tunnel vision. I didn't even see the rose petals like on the ground, like I didn't look, like I was just gunning straight for Alicia because she looked very troubled. So I was like, okay, let me see what's going on with her. So I go out and she don't say nothing, so I'm like, girl, what? And then that's when I'm looking around and everybody talking about some. I was like, oh shit, what is?
And the thing is, like, I didn't even like. I just kind of looked out the corner of my eye and I just seen someone. But I didn't take the time out to look at everybody before she came out. Like I'm just literally staring at the door, wait for her to come through.
Yeah.
Post it. And
oh
then
my god.
She walks out. She looks around, and then I slowly get down on one knee.
Felt like a movie.
Oh no! Don't make me cry. Like, why are you guys doing this to me? Why are you guys doing this to me?
If you like, I don't know if this will probably resonate with a lot of you. Like, I don't enjoy being looked at and like center of attention type thing. I think I talked about this on the last episode where it's just like I like to be behind the scenes. So like when everybody is looking at you, like waiting for a reaction of some sort, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do. Like that's why I walked out and my eyes got big because I was like, oh shit, like y'all really want me to say something and do something right now, but like I don't got the words or the actions. Like I don't know what to do.
Just dance. Just start dancing.
No, that ass. Like just y'all want to see my TikTok dance? I was just doing 5 minutes prior to this. Like, oh my God, cringe, embarrassing. But yeah. So okay, so we go through all that. You say your beautiful words. I'm crying beautiful tears. All this stuff. And you ask me. Now, what were you like feeling? Like, were you like nervous or no?
A little bit.
Okay.
I was a little nervous. Like, it wasn't like a nervous of like, I'm shook, I'm scared, I don't know what I'm doing right now. It was like a nervous like, bro, this is the end of one chapter and the start of another. Going into something new. That's
the best way to put it. Seriously.
So I'm like, I'm here now. I'm gonna do it. I want to.
No returning.
No returning. Yeah, life comes at you fast. But I control the tempo, so
it's so true.
It all worked in my favor.
Yeah.
So
I think too, like, for both sides, I feel like you can never really be prepared for that moment. Like
even the night before though, like I wasn't like pacing through the house. Like,
no, you were like
nerves wrecked. Like I'm like, tomorrow, things change. Things change tomorrow. Like
the end. No, like it's so true. Like you never really know what you're about to do in the moment. Like me walking outside and being like, y'all think I plan to look that silly? Like, no, like that's just natural. Like I don't know natural what to reaction. Do. Like you dream about it a certain way. Like you think it up to be like, oh my God, I'm going to be wearing this and my nails are going to look like this. And I'm going to have like a specific type of shocked face. No, bitch, you about to have like double chin, crying, like mascara running down. Like that is the real deal. And like nothing can prepare you for that. Like you just have to like live.
Real Taraji P. Henson vibes. If you ever seen her cry in the movie, do you know what I'm talking about? Like
dead ass though.
Like that's exactly what
oh my God. But back to what you were saying about people being normal, like I will say that's what really sold it is like it wasn't weird to me until afterwards. Like after I was thinking about it, I was like, oh, that was kind of weird. Yeah, why were we doing a TikTok in the front of the house if the back of the house had level ground and the front of the house has gravel? Like, why are we dancing on rocks? Like, so like things didn't add up to me until afterwards. But like, oh my gosh, like everybody really sold that shit. Like nobody was acting weird. Like it was just.
And that was the best part. And the funny thing is, like the day before, like things like I don't know, like certain conversations were being had. And I'm not gonna lie, it kind of spooked me because I thought like somebody was gonna slip up and like kind of spill it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put you on game. This is brand new information.
I'll tell you something after you say that. But go ahead.
Brand new information. So, remember when I was sitting on the couch and that bag that was next to me, and I was like, "This doesn't belong here."
Which one?
It was like a Walmart bag. This was Friday.
I don't remember.
And you remember it was like, you don't remember that?
No.
Like it was a Walmart bag on the couch, and it had the rose petals in there.
Oh.
And so I was like, I picked it up and was like, I didn't know what it was, and then I looked in the bag and I was like, yo, they almost blew this whole entire thing. So I picked it back and I'm like, oh, well, that doesn't belong in here. So I walk over to Alicia and I like open the bag and I just look at her and she's like, and then she looked at Nate. And of course, Nate is not even paying any attention. He doesn't know we're looking at him or anything. And so she was like, oh, your friend about ruined it for you. And so I'm like, bro. And he was like,
meanwhile,
what? And so I'm like,
nothing.
I'm like showing him like the rose petals, like this is visible on the couch. Like, what if she picked these up and was like, oh, what are these for? Like,
oh my God.
So I'm like, bro, what are you doing? And so then he was like, oh no, man, that wasn't my fault. So then she like, you're looking at me. You're looking at this commotion going on. You just see me, Nate, and Alicia just kind of standing in the kitchen talking about some like
I don't remember, y'all. I don't remember this.
She looked at me, and so I had to think of something very quick. So I picked it up and was like, "Yeah, that doesn't belong in here. It belongs in the freezer." So I walked over to the freezer and kind of like put the rose petals.
Was I drunk? Like, what? Where was I? I looked.
You were on the couch.
Oh my God, y'all! I don't
You were
remember
on
this.
the couch. You were on the lone couch though, not the love seat. I was sitting in the love seat.
I don't remember any of this.
Wild.
I will like. There were several times where like I should have known what was going on, and I did not. That was probably one of them. Another time was when they were setting up outside, like moving furniture, and it was just him and Alicia outside. They're moving like stuff.
Called us like red-handed.
Yeah, like I walk outside, don't even know why I was going outside. Like I said, this whole weekend has been like a blur. Like I didn't even remember that happened, but like there's so many things that are a blur. But like I walked outside and they're like moving furniture. I don't even know if
she had like
asked.
patio furniture out there.
Yeah, she had patio furniture. I think they were just trying to like set stuff up like for the scene or whatever, and like I had no clue. So I walked out there. I don't even know if I said anything, but y'all were like very quick on your feet, and y'all were like, "Oh, we're because we had a cocktail contest, which by the way, you will see that via vlog, so make sure you tune in." But we had a cocktail contest, and they were like, "Oh, like we're moving stuff because I think we're gonna want to do the cocktail contest out here, right?" Me being like, I'm going with everything. Like none of this is like
it's like 20-something degrees outside. 30-something degrees outside.
Cold as
At
hell
night.
outside, and it's nighttime. Who the hell is gonna see these drinks? Who's gonna see us? Who's gonna see anything?
That
in
totally
the
went
dark?
over her head.
Bruh.
I had to think of something so fast. Alyssa was like, "That's good thinking," because I was really stuck.
I wish
didn't
I
know
was
what to say.
lying, y'all. Like some of this stuff is just like it just went right over. And I will say another time that makes sense now that didn't really spook me then. Ramonce was talking about like his proposal and stuff with Jessica.
I knew I heard that.
He was talking about it during breakfast, and he had said something. He was like, "Oh, the only reason why I told Devin is because like he had said something to me," and so I was like,
Right.
"Well, the only
That's
thing
what I
that
was
makes sense is if he's proposing, because
That's
would
what I was
be
talking
on
about last
topic."
night. And he looked me dead in my face and was just like he had no idea what I was talking about. I'm like,
He
bro, you
said
literally
that-
just said this 15 minutes ago.
I will say my like antenna went up, but that didn't signal to me that like that's what was happening.
Yeah.
It just signaled to me like, oh, y'all were talking about like proposals, but I'm not thinking time frame or anything. I'm just like,
Yeah.
you were talking about proposing to me. This is, I will say, like, y'all know, like we are very like we communicate with each other. Like nothing is a secret here. Like we were very much on the same page about getting engaged this year. It's just I had no clue what time frame like.
Yeah.
And he said originally it was supposed to be March, which you can talk about that in a second. But like, I just knew it was sometime this year. But I told myself like in the beginning of the year that I wasn't about to like psych myself out, because I do that a lot as far as like getting my hopes up about stuff and then just being disappointed when it doesn't happen or whatever. Like not just like in relationship, just like life. Like I do that to myself. I jinx shit. Like so I'm just very much in general this year just like go with the flow. Like I even told Devin like I just want to do more of what I love this year. Like I remember I told you like that's my New Year's resolution, is just like I just want to do more things that I love, right? Everything is just like very sunshine and rainbows for me this year. Like I'm in a good place, like mentally, physically, like I feel good about my life, and that's just like the wave that I'm riding on. So they caught me at a very good time that like I wasn't trying to looking. Yes, like I wasn't looking for it. Like I was just literally like I was just happy to be there. Like, I'm just happy to be here.
Just
happy to be
vibes.
alive. Yeah. No thoughts, just vibes. Like I'm just here. So no, it was good. But quick tidbit about originally this was not the original plan, right?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
So I had got the ring like early January, like the first week of January or something like that. And I was honestly gonna hold it until March, just because like it's wintertime, it's cold, like it had been raining like 2, 3, 4 days in a row that week, and I was just like, I kind of want to hold it and wait till March. Hopefully the weather will be better, like it'll be nice out, the sun will be out, and you know maybe it'll be a little bit warmer, because who wants to sit out and witness a proposal in like the freezing cold? Like nobody. So I was like, I think I'm gonna do it in March. I want to do it at the beer garden in Noda. That's a part of Charlotte, North Davidson. Yeah, I want to do it at the beer garden, and then just kind of getting some like sound counsel from like my uncle and some other positive figures in my life. It's just like, that's kind of stupid. Like, why would I hold this ring for a day that may never come? Because like tomorrow's never promised, and sooner is better than later.
Yeah.
Honestly, and then like your dad said the same thing. He was just like, kind of like the sooner the better. So after having that conversation with him, it was just like, bet I'm gonna do it when we go to Asheville.
On the trip, yeah.
The views will already be there. Like the vibe will already be set. Like I'm gonna take advantage of that weekend and do it then.
I will say, I just think it worked out. I know that wasn't your original plan, but I feel like it worked out better just because of like the element of surprise. Like I always told him, like, I don't really care how you do it, and like no offense to anyone, but like I don't really care who's there. Even if it was just me and you, I still would have like had mascara running and 3 chins, and like it would have been that way regardless. Like it doesn't matter. I'm just happy, right? But like the element of surprise is like what really makes it, because like I don't know. I think if you tried to do it in March or something like that, like we don't have anything planned, like just randomly going, like I don't know. I just feel like the trip, like the birthday part, set me so far away from even thinking about getting engaged, because like I'm not going into a birthday weekend about 3 other people thinking like, oh, is it going to be about me? Like,
and that's the illusion I wanted to create.
And it's so good. Like,
so it worked.
Literally chef kiss. Like, because I'm not that type of person. I don't want to make shit about me. Like, I don't want to be selfish or anything like that. So, like, not a thought crossed my mind about, like, oh, maybe this is the weekend. Like, now, I will say, like I said, in the beginning of the year, oh, Lord.
Sorry.
Go knock down our whole setup.
Didn't mean to
alarm
you all.
I will say in the beginning of the year, like I said, like before I was on this nice little wave cloud 9 that I'm on, like I was very like antennas up, just because I knew like this was the year, right? So I came into the year like, all right, bitches, we becoming a wife this year, right? Like I like came in with that mindset. But like you had asked me a couple weeks ago, like, oh, do you need anything done for the trip? Like, do you need to get your hair done, your nails done, or anything like that? I'm looking like, Devin, when the hell have you ever cared if I had my nails or hair done? Like, you've never asked me if I have like a nail appointment or a hair appointment for things. So I will say, like, my antennas went up. And I remember, like, I told my mom, and I talked to Anaya. Anaya, if you're watching this, you remember this conversation. But like, I talked to them and I was like, I don't know, y'all. Like, it's a little fishy. Like, I know my partner a little too well for him to be asking. Like, I know something's up, right? Mm-hmm. But thank God I talked to them and they were just like, you have to chill, because like if it doesn't happen, you are gonna be disappointed, so hurt. Like, and so I was like, you know what? You're right. Like, I gotta stop doing that for like forever now. Like, I can't jinx myself like that, because like I said, I do that in life. Like, I do that to myself. So very glad that like I did have the suspicion, and then the guard just came totally off, because like I let it go after that. I was like, I'm not even about to think about it. Whenever it happens, it happens. And like it did. It happened exactly like that. So
well, see, like prior to going to the trip,
oh my gosh,
we honestly didn't know if we were going to make it or not, because this one was very sickly.
The universe was
this one was very sickly for like practically an entire week.
Yeah, the week
before.
So
that's why I was like, dude, you're starting to feel better. We're leaving in like 2 days. Is there anything you need done before we leave?
No, y'all. This was like weeks ago. That was what I'm saying. You asked me, like, we were going somewhere, we were leaving, and you had asked me, and I was like, no, that's fishy, because why do we need to prep so far in advance? Like, I knew it. Like, I was just like, that's weird. But talking to like a couple people, they were like, you have to chill. Like, you can't be doing that. Yeah. They were like, even if it is true, like, okay, you'll be right, but like, you have to chill because you're going to ruin your own surprise, which is so true. Like, don't do that, y'all. I will say, like, girls who have been dating their partners and stuff like that, who are like maybe anticipating or something like that, please don't like ruin your own surprise because it takes the fun out of it for real. Like the fact that I was so surprised is what made it so good because like they really caught me off guard. Like I was doing TikToks in the front of the house. Like that's the last thing I thought I was gonna like walk into the house to. You know what I mean? So it was just perfect. It was perfect. Just happy to be here. We're fiancés. What the hell? Okay, so we're
here. It's gonna take
here.
some getting used to.
Yeah, it's a little weird, but it's like a good weird.
Yeah.
Like I feel like we've upgraded a little bit. Like we've gotten past like, oh, it's my boyfriend, it's my girlfriend. Like no, we engaged. But I will say too, shout out to because I didn't even mention today. So y'all are hearing this on Wednesday, but I
followed in right behind you and said, yeah, today.
Y'all are hearing this
on Wednesday. So when we came back on Sunday, so prior to us even leaving, her best friend Cicely,
shout out to C Major.
Yeah, shout out to Little Italy. She hit me up and was just like, hey, like we want to kind of like, you know, decorate the house and like do some stuff. Like, so can you leave your key behind? Me and Meech are gonna come by and, you know, decorate the place and stuff. So when you guys come back, like it'll be a surprise and stuff. I was all right, cool, like bet. So before we left, I secretly slid my key up under the mat.
A little sneaky MFer.
And Sunday when we came back, like it was a banner in front of the door.
Says happily ever after.
Right. And so she turns and looks at me like, dude, what the hell? Who did this? I'm like, bro, I've been with you all weekend. What you mean?
I was not buying that shit, y'all. I said, you've been surprising me up and down all weekend. I ain't buying it. Sun was up. My antennas were back up, y'all. I said, this ain't right. This ain't right.
And so I was like, I don't know. I've been with you all weekend. So I don't know. Like, who lives in Charlotte? Maybe Meech. I don't know. Like, so I had, like, Cicely texted me and was like, you should tell her that you want to do like a, what did Cicely say?
Like walk into the house for the first time as an engaged couple.
As being engaged.
As if I would ever believe Devin would just want to do that on his own. Devin is not a cheesy, like, y'all know, between me and Devin, like, I am the cheesiest of cheese balls. Like, he is not, like, that is not your lane. So
I can't even, like, fake that.
No.
Honestly.
Like, we were in the car. I knew it, y'all. He talking about I kind of want to record it, like, walking into the house like for the first time as an engaged couple.
Right.
I'm looking like, what the hell? What you got going
on? You know what she did?
Ain't no way.
She grabbed that camera. That's exactly what she did. Because she wanted to too. Because she likes cheesy stuff like that.
Y'all know I love the cheesy shit.
So I'm like,
but I was curious. I was like, that don't sound right. It doesn't.
So I told Sis, I was like, all right, bet, that's perfect. So meanwhile, didn't even know it. They're like in here.
Yes, they're inside
so
the house.
She gets the key. I'm like, yeah, we get ready to walk into the house as, you know, an engaged couple for the first time, yada, yada, yada. So open the door. They pop out from behind the couch. Surprise! Popping poppers.
There's confetti all over
It's confetti all over the place. Like, it's nuts.
It is. I don't know if
literally,
you
like,
yeah, we have confetti.
It's all over the place.
They got us the champagne that we're drinking.
Champagne, balloons.
Yeah, the little rings on the wall. Oh, it's all over the house.
Nothing but cakes.
Oh, them shit's fine.
Like, bro.
Yeah.
They got us 4 of those Jones. I was like,
they really came through.
Love, bro. So shout out to Meech.
Yeah.
Shout out to Little Italy.
Fact. Shout out to everyone. I do want to segue into like.
Oh, you know we forgot?
What?
We forgot about Saturday night. So all the boys had went out to go to the grocery store. And
oh yeah.
I don't know. Somebody decided that, I think it was Thomas. So Thomas was like he was gonna get Buff Nanda some. It's a whole thing behind why we call her. Her name is Fernanda, but we call her Buff Nanda. Yeah. It's an inside thing. So might tell him Swole Nanda or Buff Nanda, excuse me. So Swole Nanda, he's like, I'm gonna get roses for Swole Fernanda. I was like, so cool. And so then Ramon was like, I'm gonna get some for Jessica. So he picks us up, and then like of course, Nate. Everybody's just like following Nate. It's like, whoa, y'all boys getting roses for y'all. I gotta get some for my wife. So I'm like the last one to go pick up roses, and they literally stopped me as I'm reaching for them. I'm like, I'm gonna get killed if I walk in this house. I'm the only one without roses, right?
And that's the truth.
So I'm like, I have to. It's a no brainer. They're trying to stop me. They're like, "Oh no, you done enough for today, bro. You proposed, like you good, like you got yours in for the day. You don't got to bring roses."
They're
I'm like,
silly.
I'm not doing that. This is terrible advice. So I picked up a bouquet of roses. We paid for them and we brought them back.
They're right here.
Oh yeah, they're
they're behind you.
So yeah, we brought them
Pretty.
back to the girls when we got back to the Airbnb. So
It was so cute. All of them walked in with their little bouquet of flowers. Like, ugh. I'm just, ugh.
that's about as cheesy as it got this weekend for me, I think.
You're a good man. I'll say
I
that.
try. I've been telling people that for a long time, but you know.
Just good hearts, just good people. Ugh, let me not mush about you yet, but I want to segue into like
What?
just because you know I'm gonna mush, but as far as like love and support that we've been getting, like
No, for
since
real.
has been
Like,
insane. Like we know we have like support systems and like people around us that love us, but like the way y'all have been rallying around this shit, like, oh my God. Like
between me and her, like our private pages, well, not private, but personal pages, easy like 1,000 something comments.
yeah,
bro, if
like
not more. Like it's just
it's
on the
been
gram,
insane. Like, but
Instagram,
like,
Snapchat, Facebook, everything. Like,
but like in the best way possible. But like I only say that because like to me that just means like we're doing something right. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, like people kind of want to see us like win.
and
exactly.
I
appreciate that.
Me
more.
too. That's
Especially,
like that's where I'm coming from on that. Like,
yeah. Especially at a time like this, like where people are being weird with energies and
yeah,
like just I don't know, man. Just kind of like wishing bad on people,
yeah,
or just like riding people's backs and stuff when they're kind of like down and stuff, or things are not really going their way. I don't know. The world's like a really weird place when it comes to stuff like that. Like wanting to see people do well. At least that's how I feel personally.
yeah.
But to just being able to receive all that love, you know, the comments and the likes and the congratulations,
Phone calls, texts, people showing up to freaking decorate our house, like is
big time.
Oh, I can't even express like how grateful I am.
And it's not done. Like
no,
it's still going.
It's not. But I don't know. That just like I just love that we could like be an example of just like genuine love and like positivity. Like that's all we try and promote.
A wholesome relationship.
Yeah,
like,
that's
honestly.
all we try and promote on here is just like this is us. Like we didn't do nothing special to get ready for this.
Right.
Like we just hopped on here and started talking about like how dope it is that like we're engaged now. Like it's just pure. Like that's just.
And honestly, that's how the vibe of the podcast really came to be. It literally like mirrors our relationship. Like, seriously, like I get on here and I say this is the most honest, the most open, the most wholesome. Like that's just like our relationship.
Yeah.
The podcast is no different. You know what I mean? Like we're honest with each other. We're very open. We create a space to where we can express ourselves freely and not feel like bad about it.
Walk on eggshells, yeah.
Walk on eggshells. Like, oh, I don't want to say this because this might make him or her mad. Like, you just kind of open up the space to say how you feel.
Yeah.
And we receive it how we receive it, you know. And yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, we're wholesome. Come on,
man.
See, like, this can't be made up. I can't make this stuff up.
So how are we feeling right now? I think what you said before summed it up for me as far as like how I feel. Like I just like I'm excited because I just feel like life has like certain chapters, right? Like I just feel like we closed one that was like amazing and we're about to open another one that is like even better, right? It's like I didn't even think it could get better, but like this is gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be better. So I don't know, I'm just like excited. I think when you know too like that you're with the right person, it like makes it more exciting. Like I don't know how else to describe that. Like you said it best earlier when you were talking to Meech, like that you were like you're like, I'm not worried, or like, I'm excited because like I know that this is gonna work. Like
Yeah.
I don't have any sort of doubt that like this ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean?
That's
like
what I'm
it's
saying.
just gonna
Like,
get better.
that was my thing. I don't really have any like doubts or worries that, you know, our relationship or like our bond, our marriage, whatever won't last or it won't work. Like when you know, you just kind of know.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna sit here and fabricate and say like this relationship is gonna be A1, it's gonna be perfect.
Of course not.
It's not, but it'll be more good days than bad, I think.
And I think like
Honestly.
it'll work because we want it to work. You know what I mean? Like that's how we maneuver.
And we're not problematic people.
No, we don't do that shit.
This isn't a problematic couple.
We don't got the time or energy
we
for that
don't promote
shit.
toxic behavior or like any of that stuff. It's just with like honestly, just to lay it out flat, like we are for each other. Like that's how it feels anyway. It just kind of feels that way. Like I certain things I don't have to like worry about or, you know, try to figure out. Is things just kind of work on their own. So
I love it here. Like to say the least. That's pretty much it. I'm excited.
I am too.
Ugh. Oh.
Dang, I'm about to be a husband.
Beyonce.
I'm a fiance. I'm about to be a husband. Send help.
Chill.
Help. No, I'm joking.
Well.
I joke.
You don't.
I kid.
Well, I love you.
I
I'm
love you
very
too.
excited. This is about to be lit.
It is, bro.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah, that rock, bro.
I was saying you gotta be careful.
Yeah, bro. I think it let a dent in my hand, bro. Hold on.
Hell yeah, y'all trying to fight? Yeah, we don't want none of that. But okay. I think that's it. Do you want to add anything?
To the gang, to the tribe.
Yes.
Thank y'all again.
Yes.
The vibes were unmatched this weekend. Shout out to Asheville. Asheville always treats us good though.
This is true. Shout out to everyone that knew and didn't act weird or say anything to me.
Shout out to y'all,
Y'all are
man.
very
we locked in for
y'all
life.
are sneaky, little one.
Now that I know that y'all can hold water, this was the test. I tested so many friendships with this. Like, we about to find even with your friends.
I was very surprised. I'm trying to see like already
if they can really hold water or not, and they did. They held their own, and I appreciate that. So,
shout out to y'all.
You passed.
A+. All right, are we good?
Yeah, guess it's time to close that thing down, man.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in, as always. If you follow us on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Mandatory.
Share the video with a friend. Who doesn't like to hear about love and engagements? You know, just share it around. Share it with a friend.
For all the people that like to listen to positive things.
Yeah.
Things that make you feel good. The things that hit home. Warm your heart a little bit.
That make you feel good.
Come on over to the Late Night Snacking Podcast.
Send it out. Also, if you listen via podcast, you should probably move over to YouTube. But if you listen via podcast, if you're on Apple, click the plus button in the top right to subscribe to the show. So that way, every Wednesday, the episode will just pop up in your library. Makes it super easy to keep up with us. Same thing on Spotify to keep up with us. Click the little follow button. It'll do the same thing. You can keep up with the episodes. So thank y'all for tuning in. We're engaged.